Welcome everyone to the very first edition of Zapp Talks of the year 2017. Thank you guys first and foremost for joining my Discord chat. We have about 32 or 33 people so far in the Discord. We have pretty decent conversations and things like that. I mean, we discuss, games and different things that are coming up that interest us. And we also just discuss random topics as well in the Discord chat. So if you're not part of the Discord, I highly suggest that you go ahead and get in there. It's also the easiest way to get in contact with me on a regular basis and just kind of shoot the shit and just chat or whatever the case may be. So go ahead and check out the Discord. Now, these Zapp Talks questions are going to be coming directly from the Discord chat. So go ahead and get into some of these questions right here. This first one comes from Super Pops, and he asks, after looking at the For Honor trailer, what class are you most excited to try out? So I did get a chance to look at the For Honor gameplay trailer, and I have to say that the assassin, the ninja assassin class, or whatever the case is, probably looked like the most entertaining to me. He has fast lethal strikes, and he seemed to have like a shuriken that he could throw, or a dagger of some sort. So that seemed to be like the most intriguing class that I saw. Trading powerful blows for and lack of armor for fast attacks, and a ranged weapon seems like something I would be into. But I do plan on trying all the classes and seeing what every single combat style has to offer. But so far, I think starting off, I'm probably going to try that class, the assassin class in For Honor. And that game actually looks amazing. I didn't really know anything about it until Super Pops sent me the videos for Honor, and I was pleasantly surprised not only by its visuals but by the gameplay mechanics, where you utilize the right thumbstick to do combat. So for anybody who doesn't know anything about For Honor, I highly suggest that you go ahead, look on YouTube, and check out the video footage for Honor. Sizoth asks, what game did you enjoy the most in 2016? That question goes without saying. Without a doubt, it was Doom. Doom was the complete package for me for all of 2016. I think that was one of like maybe 2 games I bought the entire year. I didn't really buy anything new until, I don't know, the end of the year. I bought The Witcher 3 and The Division at the end of the year. And aside from that, I bought Doom and played Doom the whole year around. So yeah, man, without a doubt, I would have to say Doom. Great single player, amazing multiplayer, tons of replay value with unlockables and the snap map feature. So yeah, man, hands down, Doom was my favorite game of 2016 for sure. This one comes from Linkmaster, and he says, what's my most anticipated game of 2017? It's hard to really pick one, to be honest with you. I mean, I think God of War 4 is coming out in 2017. We've also got For Honor, which we just mentioned. We've also got the Crash Bandicoot trilogy remake. We've got Windjammers. We've got Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Although it's not really on my my must-buy list. Injustice 2 is also coming out. So I mean, there's a decent lineup of games to choose from. So I can't really say that there's one in particular that I'm really hyped for. But yeah, man, there are definitely some games out there that I want to get my hands on and put in work with. Ninjo asks, what are my teams going to be when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite comes out? Let's see. It's hard to say because we don't really know all the characters that are going to be in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Damn. Like right now, we just know Captain America, Iron Man, uh, um, let me see, Captain Marvel, uh, shit, Morgan, Mega Man, and Ryu. So I don't know, man. I think so far my team would just have to be Captain America and Ryu. But when they do eventually announce more characters, hopefully, I'm pretty sure Spider Man's going to be in there. So it'll probably be Spider Man and Captain America, or any combination of Captain America and another Marvel character. I'm not really too big on Capcom, but yeah, man. I would definitely play Captain America and any other X-Men. So yeah, for sure, for sure. Definitely Captain America and another Marvel character for my team. Um, Mr. Bojangles asks, "Why is Street Fighter Five so shit?" Uh, I honestly, the reason I particularly don't like Street Fighter Five is because the gameplay. The gameplay is really slow. It's not enjoyable to watch from a spectator standpoint. It's also very bare bones. If you go from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4 had so many different mechanics to it. The FADC system, the combo system was a lot more fluid, and it allowed for some very tricky and high level combos and things like that Street Fighter 5 doesn't really allow you to do. It's very straightforward, it's very bare bones, and it's a relatively dry experience for the most part with Street Fighter 5. What you see is what you get. And there have been some advancements with some of the more recent characters who have come out. I mean, the stuff that people are doing with Ibuki and with Urian is really cool, but the game only gets only slightly interesting on a character to character basis. You know what I mean? So, and then on top of that, Street Fighter 5 was released very, very, very fast, way too fast for its own good. It didn't have a lot of features that most fighting game enthusiasts really enjoy, which is like an arcade mode, a story mode, and a functioning online. Because we all remember the first few months of Street Fighter V's online, it basically didn't exist. So Street Fighter 5 from the get-go was pretty much doomed to fail. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, Street Fighter V's launch was deemed a disaster by a lot of different websites, a lot of different sources that covered the game's release. So yeah, that's my personal reason as to why I don't enjoy Street Fighter 5. And then also the character roster is kind of lame. It's a pretty weak roster. They have this huge cast of characters to choose from, but they don't really utilize them. The Capcom side of things has a lot of different options, but none of them are being picked. So what are you gonna do? Mar asks, what's the online difference between MK9 and MKX? And that's kind of a loaded question because I don't really know exactly what you mean by that. The online in terms of the net code, how it ran, or did you mean like the matchmaking system, the lobby system? What exactly do you mean? So personally, well, not even personally, this is a common fact. The MK9 netcode was terrible. It didn't matter if you were playing on Xbox One, or not Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS3, PC. I think the Vita version of MK9 actually ran the best, in my opinion. I had that version. I had every single version of MK9 you could possibly think of, and I have to say that the Vita version actually ran the best in terms of its online. But yeah, man, the online netcode for MK9 was just terrible. MKX at the start, we all know that that wasn't exactly the best either, but it was better than MK9's on launch. And now that they've, patched the netcode and everything, it runs a lot better. It's a lot more tolerable than it was when it first came out 2 years ago almost. So, like, the online functionality is just a lot better in MKX. Now, if you want to talk about the lobby systems, I think the lobby systems in MK9 were actually a lot more fun, because in MK9, if you did a King of the Hill lobby, you had like a little character avatar, and while you're watching, you can have your little avatar do like a bunch of different emotes, or throw tomatoes, and do all this stuff. You can have your emotes swear if you were watching a match and you didn't like what you saw. So I thought it was a little bit more fun and interesting that way. The matchmaking for MK9 and MKX is relatively the same. There is no real matchmaking. It just finds you a person and puts you against them. There's no real true skill system implemented. You're not going to get matched up with someone of equal skill or anything of the sort. You're just going to play whoever the hell they decide to match you up with. So you're kind of boned in that respect. So, yeah. Now this last question is coming from Ninjo again. He asks, what are my hobbies? My hobbies are, when I have free time, skateboarding. Oh man, skateboarding, gaming, of course. YouTube is a hobby of mine. Watching horror movies. I actually wanted to review horror movies on the side. I actually have multiple YouTube channels that I don't use, and I wanted to use one of them to do like reviews of certain things like wrestling and maybe movies, but I haven't really decided on whether or not I want to do that. It's something that I'm interested in, is being like a critic of stuff. So I don't know, maybe we'll eventually get to that. But yeah, those are just a few of my hobbies. I also like to do photography and filming. I have a lot of videos on my phone and on my camera that I think are just hilarious, and I also do a lot of side editing of stuff like that. So yeah, man, those are just some of my hobbies. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Zapp Talk series. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them either in the comment section below or put them in the Discord chat. If you put them in the Discord chat, they will most likely get asked in the next Zapp Talks episode. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of this match. Peace.
Because Jimmy's on our team.
Horrible.
Yeah. Fucking Jimmy.
We had Jimmy and we
Fucking
had Watermelon.
Stay on the bottom, Jimmy. You stay on the bottom getting them free kills.
Big.
Stay on the bottom getting free kills.
I don't know
That
how we
was your
lost
song.
that.
It's because of you, Alex. We can't play with you. You play too stupid.